sir?
David Williams.
David Williams, what do you fly?
I fly a Cardinal 177RG, 1977.
Fantastic. And how long have you had a power flow?
Had a power flow about 4 years.
Doing great. I'm Jerry Olson out of Houston, Texas.
My name is Bruce Hutchings.
What do you fly?
I fly Cardinal RG, a 1977. Wonderful airplane.
Well, I live in the Central Valley of California, and a lot of my flying is directly over the Sierra Nevada mountains, so I have to gain a lot of altitude fairly quickly, and so especially in the summertime that can be problematic. And so I needed to find some way to try to increase power so that I could gain altitude more quickly to get over the mountains, because I'm fairly close to the mountains.
Okay. And you have a 200 horse engine?
I have the IO360 Lycoming 200 horsepower.
Well, I've owned my Cardinal for 38 years, or going on 38 years. I used to race Corvettes. I built up Corvette racing engines, so I was used to tuned exhaust systems. And it was one of those things I always knew I wanted to do with the engine. And after the feedback from the Cardinal flyers, I figured I can't see a reason not to do it. Performance-wise, I did a bunch of flight tests with the plane before I put it on and right after. And up to 8,000 feet, I picked up between 8 and 10 knots. Whoa. And up to 18,000, it tapered off, so at 18,000 feet, I picked up 3 knots. The time to climb up to 18,000 feet was a consistent 20% improvement. And since I've had the power flow on the plane, my total fuel consumption, I track my total fuel consumption based on tack hours. And my total fuel consumption has dropped from 9.8 gallons per hour to 9.2 gallons per hour with the power flow. Okay. And I'm flying, 5 to 10 knots faster. So. And one other thing I noticed, it dropped the cylinder head temperatures across the board by 25 degrees.
No kidding.
So, I mean, it's a big help all the way around.
I had you folks put it on at Daytona. I stopped there 2 days, had it put on. I have loved it. It's absolutely it's it's taken the airplane from being 137, 139 knot cruise airplane, and it's added at least 7 or 8 knots. I can now always flight plan for about 145. I've seen as high as 151, 52 when I get up to altitude, which is another thing. It's nice because I can take off from my 1,000-foot airport up in northern New Hampshire, and I can climb to 10,000 feet, maintaining 500 feet per minute, non-stop. No problems whatsoever. Doesn't slow it down at all.
And you weren't able to do that with the stock exhaust?
No. I'd have to burn off fuel, go a little higher.
Step climb.
Yeah, step climb up. But now I can climb right up, and I've gone up as high as 13,000 feet with it.
Wow.
With the power flow, and it's a marvelous performance. It's the best dollar for dollar investment you can make in your airplane. Dollar for dollar.
That's great.
Absolutely delivered. The amount of, with the K&N filter and the power flow in combination, it was obvious that I was getting a lot more air through the system, generating a lot more power. I was seeing an increase in my rate of climb between 150 and 250 feet per minute, and it made all the difference in the world. Before, I was having to do S-turns and go a little further north or drop a little further south before I could gain enough altitude to cross the Sierra Nevadas. And now I can pretty much fly parallel to them until I get to the point where I want to cross, where the train's a little lower, and go straight across. And it makes the trip a lot quicker.
Do you know about how much speed you gain from the power flow?
I would probably say 5 to 7 knots, someplace in that range.
It's probably the best investment you can do with your airplane, as far as it'll pay for itself over a few years in fuel savings.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, if you're looking for a way to increase your performance, without breaking the bank to put a turbocharger or a turbo normalizer in or something like this, this is really kind of the poor man's turbocharge, if you will. It gets you that extra power that you need. It's really nice when you're right at your limits for density altitude. Flying to Oshkosh here, we have an opportunity to land at a lot of high altitude airports. It's nice knowing you got that little extra edge there when you're taking off from those airports.
Buy one. What are you waiting for?